Good afternoon on what is a mild, grey and cloudy day. It is Wednesday the 7th of February and I'm in the reading up with a nice hot cup of tea and a box, continuing boxing, and what I've got in here is this copy of Phantom Road Volume 1. So, Mad Max Fury Road meets the Sandman in this high-octane adventure wrapped in a dark fantasy aesthetic. Dom is a long-haul truck driver attempting to stay ahead of his tragic past. When he stops one night to assist Birdie, who has been in a massive car crash, they pull an artifact out from the wreckage that throws their lives into fifth gear. Suddenly, a typical midnight run has become a frantic journey through a surreal world where Dom and Birdie find themselves in the quarry of strange and impossible monsters. It's a grindhouse horror meets high-concept supernatural fantasy in the first volume of a bold new series from Jeff Lemire, Sweet Tooth and Gideon Falls, and Gabriel Hernandez Walta, The Vision, Hellboy, and at BPRD Old Man Whittier, the Eisner Award-winning nominated creative team behind the best-selling Sentient series. This collects issues 1 to 5. This is published by Image Comics. Now, I'm not a huge comic reader these days, not as much as I was. As I have been in the past. In part, I'm not actually going into the comic shop quite as much. In part, I'm not actually, because I'm no longer working there. I haven't worked there for a few years. But I do pop in regularly, and I look for interesting things. And one of the regulars there sort of said, I was leafing through this, and I said, I've noticed something, what's that in Toby Phantom Road? Had a look at the issue, and he went, oh, it looks very good. And he said, yeah, this is the 6th issue or something like that. So, oh, well, I have to go and look for the collected volume. And I had one, I found it on the shelf. So, and the thing is, this is from Image Comics. Now, you'll know Image Comics from back in the day from doing a lot of superhero comics. They don't do as many, I think they hardly do any superhero comics these days. They tend to focus on created and owned content and stories to really great effect. There's some great comics out there. I'm a fan of Ida and Ada, really fantastic little comic about what you do with a companion robot if you don't want to use it as a companion robot. Of course, The Walking Dead, and others that are worth reading. Lots of horror comics, lots of really good stories. The Old Guard, for example, which has been adapted to Netflix. And I like Jeff Lemire as a writer, I like the content, so I thought, let's have a look at this. So let's find out what it's like inside. I think it's going to be pretty good. Automatic, the artwork is great. I mean, that's good artwork. Sort of capturing some of the colour and sort of like some of the gloom of just sort of travelling by night across, across the long roads of the USA. And here we have the change brought about by that discovery of the artifact pulled from the wreckage, and the resulting strangeness. So yeah, that's just the end of the first issue. And here what it looks like is some kind of zombie story, but I think it's going to be much more than that. It's not going to be as simple as, say, just The Walking Dead. But here we are on the road, on basically taking a road story, a road trip through a surreal desert horror fantasy of a journey. Essentially, I say desert, but I mean, empty roads, empty terrain to either side, and so on. So, yeah, this looks absolutely great, but I'm really looking forward to giving this a read. Whether or not I review it is another matter. I don't always review comic books, but I mean, sometimes they could be really fun to do something different. So, just some of the images in here. There's terrific artwork. It's just Looks really good, and I can see it's sort of like it is kind of very being very visual. I think it's kind of woodwork as as a television series, as a film, and as you can see here, encountered by the strange bear that we earlier encountered as essentially, here we go, roadside icon. You know, is that basically it's the strangeness of this world bringing it to life. We've got an FBI agent that makes. I thought she was some kind of agent, but here we are. That's confirmed. Kind of the connected. And then the bird gets really murderous at the end. And we've got the gallery in the final few pages. Really nice addition. I always like it when they include it in the end of a graphic novel. You're getting something extra, you know. It's worth waiting for. So yeah, that's Fountain Road, published by Image Comics. I'm looking forward to giving this a read. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a box containing a book or game, typically a book or game, but in this case a graphic novel, which I will basically unbox and talk about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook, and we'll be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.